just did the most ridiculous thing. I spent half an hour looking for my tripod, made a complete mess, and then started tidying up, and I was like, why do I need to tidy up? Like, you can only see what is here, not the chaos elsewhere. You can see this. Anyway, hello and welcome to the Anna and the Yarn podcast. Yes, I'm calling myself a podcast now, even though I was like, no, it's not going to be a podcast. It's a podcast. I'm Anna, and this is where I share all my yarny projects with you. Knitting, crochet. I tried spinning once. I'm not great at spinning. I might try it again. Who knows? So yeah, hello. It is creeping towards the end of June right now. We've just come out of a heat wave, what the UK would call a heat wave. We hit temperatures of about 30 degrees and it was very, very hot, but thankfully it's cooled down. We now have a breeze and I feel a little bit more human. We've had a lot going on around here recently. Life's been a bit chaotic. We've redecorated a room. We've moved one child out of one room and into another room. Had all kinds of changes going on. It's been a bit manic really, and we're in that wind down to the end of the school term, and my youngest will be moving schools at the end of the school year, so it's madness. This time of year is chaos. There is literally something going on every day in my calendar and I can't keep up. I've had to put it on the calendar, in my phone, and write a list as well. Anyway, welcome. What am I wearing today? This is the Summer Sorbet Tee by Lea Klein, who I've test knit for twice. Yeah, twice. She's got some lovely, lovely designs. I'll come back to that in a minute. This is knit in Knitting for Olive Pure Silk, and it's one of the very few summer pieces I've knitted. I'm not really a summer garment knitter. I think I've got two summer garments. That is going to change, you'll see later. And then I've got a couple of cardigans, but generally in the summer I'm a t-shirt person. Like even in like silk or linen, it's still, you know, knitted fabric is still a bit heavy unless it's kind of wholly or crocheted. But today is good weather for this, and I'm wearing my, can you see it? My alpaca. I bought this from Toft years ago, but it's actually by a company called Designsaur, and yes, I'll share them in the thing below. But my little cute alpaca is so happy. Anyway, let's carry on. What have I got to show you today? I've already just seen that I've forgotten somebody. I might have to go and fetch him. I will do, I'll go and fetch him in a minute. I've got some finished objects, I've got some works in progress, and then I've got, when I say acquisitions, I've not physically bought anything, but I've been given something. I don't know if I can get what I need to go and get. I'll go and get it, and we'll see how we're getting on. There we go. My youngest, we've put him in like the smaller room in our house, which is literally straight above me, but we've got him a high sleeper bed, and I needed to get something off the high sleeper. I'll start with that, shall I? He went on a residential to the Isle of Wight a couple of weeks ago. If you don't know the UK, Isle of Wight is an island right at the bottom, kind of. There's Dorset and then Isle of Wight is at the bottom. And he didn't want to make his favourite Teddy with him, his cuddly dog Woof. He was like, I don't want to take Woof with me, I don't want to lose Woof, but can you make me something to take with me? I was like, well, what do you want? It's like, I want a crab. A crab? You wanted a crab? Introducing Crabstopher. This is his screen debut. He's not even been on Instagram yet. And there is little Crabstopher. It won't focus on him. There you go. Isn't he the most ridiculous thing ever? But yeah, that is what I made for my son to take to the Isle of Wight. It's Toft pattern, Toft DK in orange. Little crocheted Crabstopher, named by my son. There we go. What I should actually talk about first is the beauty behind me. I finally finished my Stella Quilt Blanket using the expansion pack. In fact, I've only ever made a Stella Quilt Blanket using the expansion pack. My original one was in white, 2 blues and yellow. I did like a Navajo style, which I'm sure you've probably seen before. There's a little YouTube shorts if you want to go check it out. It's on my playlist. But this is the latest in the, oh goodness, Stella family in my house. There you go. Da, da, da. I think the last time you saw this, I just had one border edge to finish, and it's now finished, and all the ends are sewn in as well. The idea, I call this my diamond Stella. The idea was that you have a colour block of diamonds with white around it, and then you have a white diamond with colour around it, and I've done, there we go, 9 of those panels all together. So they're 2x2 panels rather than the traditional 4x4 that the Stella came in, but I wanted to keep it compact so it was easy as like a knitting project that you could take on the go, but also I didn't want it to be too big. So I've done like a panel and a half essentially to the original pattern, but these are in 2x2, and then I seamed them with crochet. And yes, I'm so happy with it. I'm gutted that I'm gifting it, like absolutely gutted that I'm going to be gifting it, but I want to make one for myself, probably in greens. So that's the plan at some point once this hot weather has calmed down. I mean, it's cool, look cooler today, but when we're probably back into like September or something, like once the kids are back at school after the summer holidays, I might crack into a another version of this. I don't know if I'll ever make the actual original Stella. I just love the freedom of the expansion pack, the downloadable content, as it were. But yes, there is my Stella Quilt Blanket made. The main colour is Drops Fauna. I always get this wrong, in their off-white. And then the browns are Tofty K and Drops Lima. And there you go. Oh, and the main colour is held double as well. Oh, I've still not calmed down from climbing up on that high sleeper bed. My goodness, you were worth getting up there for, though, Crabstopher. Oh dear. Right, the next thing I finished this month was my husband's Stamford Sweater masculine sizing. This, I love it. I think I will have to make myself the original graded version at some point. It just needs some buttons. We're undecided whether buttons or toggles at the moment. What would you pick? Would you do buttons or toggles? But yeah, there's not much to say about it really. I've done this as a test knit. I've really enjoyed making it. I think I talked about it in at least my last episode, if not 2 previous episodes. I can't remember when I started it. But it didn't take me all that long to make, really. This is one of the most satisfying bits of knitting. Here, this pickup here, if you've made this, or the Loddon sweater by Sophie the Knit Purl Girl, then you'll know how satisfying that is. What yarn did I use? This is Drops Karisma, actually, in, I want to say petrol mix, but I don't think this isn't petrol to me. I don't remember what the actual colour is, but it's Drops Karisma, which I bought from Wool Warehouse. And yeah, I mean, I could probably put it on, but it's too warm to put it on, and it's a bit long for me as well because it's for my husband. Yes, it's, I don't think the pattern is due for release until October, actually. I think Sophie's doing kind of a dump. Oh my goodness. She's going to do a big kind of pattern release. I told you, it's been a month. I think for autumn. I'm not 100% sure. I need to double check that. But as far as I'm aware, this isn't going to be a pattern release as such. It's going to be an update to the original Stamford Sweater. And I'm pretty sure it's coming in October. I still need to do the feedback for this, actually. Probably should get on with that today. I've got quite a lot of jobs to do today. But I thought I wanted to come and talk to you guys today because I was meant to have a knit date with lovely Laura Penrose, but I couldn't have the car, so I couldn't get there, so I'm just going to ramble all my yarny stuff at you guys. Hi Laura. Sorry I can't be there. Soon. Right, so yes, that is the Stamford Sweater by the Knit Purl Girl in the masculine grading. Right, what did I finish next? My May socks. I love these. They're very Christmassy, but I don't care. This is yarn by the lovely Kate Selene, who I think is probably my favourite yarn dye if you want speckled yarn. Definitely yarn for socks. This is one of her festive colourways. I cannot remember what it was called. I've had it for quite a few years, but this is called Kate's Red, and Kate loves red. She's like red person. And this, it's red with like a hint of blue in it, which doesn't come across on camera really, but in person it's on the bluer side of red, if that makes sense. If that's, yeah, makes sense to me. This again is my standard vanilla sock pattern that I use. I cast on 63, ribbing, add an extra on 64, knit, heel flap and gusset, kitchen and do. Yeah, it's socks, but I love them. And oh, I do have some other socks as well, but they're all the way over there. This is going to be a really bitty episode because it's just chaotic. I need to go and get that bag really. Hold on with me one sec. I need to calm down. This bag was made for me by my lovely friend Danny. Isn't it amazing? Such a good project bag. I need to sit up a little bit now. I've moved position. In here is a pair of socks for my youngest. My mum bought me this yarn when she went to Norway. It's Viking Garn. It's this one. I don't know if it's specifically for socks, but that's what I'm using it for. And I held it not double. I used this, which is Coop Knits DK Sock Hare, for the heel, toe and cuff in just this colour. So those two together. So they're for my youngest, and then for my oldest I'm basically going to use the same pattern, which is the Summerly Thickmas sock pattern. I think you get about 5 different DK sock patterns based on the same formula when you buy that pattern. And then for my oldest I've got this one. Oh, there we go, which I'm going to pair with that. So the same yarn combination, just in different colours. It's the Viking or Viking Garn Sports Rag. Okay, there you go. That my mum bought me when she went to Norway a couple of years ago. Yeah, looking forward to casting on some DK socks because they're super quick, and yeah, just an enjoyable project for in the car or travelling or TV knitting, that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm sorry if this is all coming across as very frantic. Yeah, life's been a bit just, and I need to talk about knitting, so yes, I will. Then the other thing, I'm sorry, I've got my notes down here because otherwise my brain isn't going to remember everything I need to do. Tell you. The other thing I've done is another test knit, and this, I didn't even have these planned at the beginning of the month, but here we go. These are the Light as a Feather mitts by Kate Herrod, and they are a lovely textured mitten which matches the Light as a Feather hat pattern that I think has been available for a month or two, and the Light as a Feather cowl, which I think came out this weekend. And I did the version with the little flaps like that, so the fold downs, so they're quite useful for, you know, just, you know, not having to take your mittens off when you're out and about. So the pattern's got 3 versions, if you will. There's this pair with the fold over, there's a pair without the fold over and it's got ribbing, and then there is also the full mitt pair. I tested this pair obviously, but I think I will probably make the mitts as well, the mittens, sorry, the full mittens as well. And I also really fancy making a pair of this with this is one colour, and then contrast colour for the ribbing as well. I'm being a bit useless today. I don't remember when they're due to come out. I think I have to give her the feedback at the beginning of July, so they might come out soon. But yeah, I'd really recommend them as a mitten pattern, and because obviously it's a 3-in-1, and I like saying mitten pattern as well. It's quite funny, really. But I'm going to take them off because it's quite warm. So I made these in Surplus Drops Lima, which is the same colour as here. I ended up with a lot of Drops Lima because my friend did a destash, and I was like, yes, please give me the yarn. So I've now been working through it, and these less than 100 grams of yarn. I need to weigh it and do the feedback for that as well, actually. So yes, they are the Light as a Feather mitts by Kate Herrod. As always, I'll put any information in the description box down below, and hopefully I'll be able to find out exactly when they are going to be released so that you can make a pair yourself too. Right. Take a deep breath. I'm going to have a cup of tea. That might calm my franticness down a little bit. I think you've seen this mug before. It's one of my favourite mugs for a cup of tea. Right. The next thing, I'm onto whips now. Let's go with the Camden Camisole by the Knit Purl Girl. Now, I was saying I'm not really a summer knitter, but I showed you this last time. I invested a little bit of money in some cotton yarn by Yarnsmiths. I went for this. Oh, that's very similar, isn't it? It's more pinky. By Yarnsmiths, which Yarnsmiths is Wool Warehouse's in-house brand of yarn. They've released quite a few yarns over the past, I want to say about 18 months. I've tried their merino superwash, their sock yarn, and now their cotton. And so I thought I'll buy a few different colours, and it's a really reasonable price as well. It's on special offer at the minute. I can't remember the exact price point, but again, I'll link it all below. So my plan was to make a summer garment because, as I've said before, I'm not really a summer garment knitter, but I saw a pattern I really wanted to make because I was just intrigued by the construction. Sorry, it's over here. And that is the Camden Camisole by the Knit Purl Girl. And this is where we are at the moment. It is the most bizarre construction, and honestly, it's very much, oh, excuse me, a trust the process knit. You start by making 4 of these kind of strappy triangles like this, and I was really worried because my tension was absolutely rubbish with the make ones in this. I don't really knit with cotton, so my tension was all over the place. And I made these 4 straps, and I was like, what am I doing? Like, honestly, it was like the weirdest thing, like these dangling down. It looked very, very odd. Joining in the round, it looked even more odd. I was like, come on, trust the process. I've done a lot of Sophie's patterns before. Trust it, trust it, trust it. And I think I'm finally at the point where I'm like, yes, I can see where we're getting to now. I've already put the I-cord edging on to kind of stabilise it all and to try it on. I'm very aware that cotton is going to grow, so I actually didn't put that much knitting into the straps here. So when you've made the 4 straps, you then do the body for a bit, try it on to kind of work out how much you need to add here for how long you want your top to be, and you know, the lengths you want under your arm and all that kind of thing. The pattern specifically says get someone to help you. Did I listen to that? No. Was it hard? Yes. But I did it, I managed it. And actually, after being really apprehensive about this colour, because in person this colour does not really suit me, or like in a ball of yarn I'm like, that is not my colour. Like, it's just, it doesn't really go, but it's growing on me. I was all for, oh, when I finished it I'll dye it a different colour, and I was very much navy blue, though people have told me to go rust. But kind of enjoying the colour now, which seems very unlike me. I'm not a pastel person at all, so I don't really know what's come over me, but I keep saying but quite a lot. I'm really enjoying this. It's worked in 7x7 rib. However, I didn't use but then. It depends on your size as to the width of ribbing you do, I believe. This I've made the 5th size, and you end up working in 7x7 ribbing. It's very clever. All the kind of increases for the ribbing are done within quite a short space, and then you get to the ribbing here, and then you can just knit it to the length you want. I'm very conscious of the fact that I know the cotton can grow quite a lot, so I don't know whether I'm going to wash and block it now and just, I mean, it's quite stretchy, or whether I just keep going. I'm on my 4th ball of cotton, and I'm probably going to need 5 if not 6 altogether, depending on how long I want to make it. I'm pleasantly surprised with it. It was one of those things, I wanted to make it because I wanted to understand the construction. It intrigued me, and it was one of those, I thought, you know what, if I don't wear it, I've learned something, and the cotton's not expensive. But actually, I think I'm really going to enjoy having this in my wardrobe. Still undecided about the dyeing thing, but I could always make another one because I bought far too much of this. I bought far too much of this yarn, so I could over dye it in a skein. I could skein it up and dye it, which I probably think will be better actually than dyeing the garment anyway, because if there's any imperfections in your dye bath, when you're knitting with it you won't notice it as much. It'll be semi-solid, rather than this, if you don't have like a imperfection here or something, it's much more noticeable. So yeah, Camden Camisole. Really, really pleased with it. The other thing I've been making in the cotton is a free pattern by Purl Soho, which is the dumpling bag, and I've very nearly finished the first one. I wanted to make a couple of these. I'd slid down the sofa, that's why I've just hotched myself back up. Here we are. This is the vibrant green dumpling bag. It's like Kermit the Frog green, isn't it? Dumpling bag by... Did I say Purl Soho? I meant Purl Soho. If I didn't say Purl Soho, that's what I meant. I finished the longer strap, and I'm just doing the shorter strap. And what kind of happens is, this short strap, you put it over the bag and it kind of closes it up. It's like a little dumpling. And you can hook it over your hand, and it's quite a sweet little bag. I'm really enjoying this. I changed the pattern a little bit. It's a free pattern, so I can talk about it. The actual pattern says to do a provisional cast on for the bottom. I just did Judy's magic cast on, because then you don't have to go back and kitchen stitch the whole thing up, and I think it makes it much easier. I enjoy doing it. Then the only kitchen stitch you need to do is here, because you knit in the round, up, 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 and then you put some stitches on hold, cast off, stitches on hold, cast off, etc. You knit the strap, and then you kitchen stitch it together here. A little bit of a seam, but that should block out, and the same happens with the other one as well. Same yarn again, it's Yarnsmiths cotton. I will use less than 2 balls to make this, which is very, very good, but it does mean I'll have one left over, so I might make a stripy version of this or a 2-tone version. I've got some pink to do another one, and some linen to do another. I think that colour is what I was anticipating that colour to be, and that's what I was more imagining doing the Camden Camisole in. But that's fine, that's fine. I might order some more of this because I really like this colour as a neutral more than this one. So yeah, that's the dumpling bag, which I think I might make some of these. Well, the plan is to make some of these as presents. I'm going to keep the green one for myself because I love this green so much. I'm very into green at the moment though. This is the only green thing I'm working on right now. This one I might use to make my brother's girlfriend a bag. And then this one I have a plan that I'm going to do the dumpling bag, but with kind of a extra bit. We'll see. We'll see if that happens or not. I'm not sure if it will. But I have an idea. What else have I got to show you? Oh, it's not much really. I need to finish that final Lucy the Hare. So you know I was making some Lucy the Hares by Toft in this yarn, Picklechops by Hobbycraft. The first two I've made, my mum now has them and she's sent them to her friends' grandchildren. And then I've still got one more to make, which is going to go to a friend of mine's daughter, who they live up in Scotland. So I've got a head, body and ears. I just need to make 4 legs and a tail, and that one should be done as well. I think that's all I've got to show you really. Makes wise. Do you know what I didn't tell you about? I'll tell you about that now. This that I'm wearing by the lovely Lea, she also has just released a pattern for a knitted dress. I'll put a picture in here because it's absolutely beautiful. I've seen her version, the grey one, and then one of my followers, who I follow on Instagram as well actually, she's made a beautiful purple one, which I'm going to put here because it's so lovely. Knitted dresses, I don't know if I'd ever thought of making a knitted dress, but this really appeals. I really like it. I think it's the whole kind of dip-dyed ombre look that's going on. Really like it, and I think the grey is beautiful. I think if I was going to make it, I would make it in grey. But Lea has also designed a jumper that I tested it for her maybe 2.5 years ago now, called the Portside Sweater. Picture here again. And if you have made the Sophie scarf or shawl, I think you would really like this pattern. You make a Sophie scarf in Sophie shawl gauge, and everything is kind of knit off the back of it. It's so clever. Like, the shoulders come off it, the back comes off it, the sleeves come off it. It's so clever. It's a really clever pattern. When I made it, I was like, oh wow, like, why has nobody done this before? Like, well, I hadn't seen it before. Like, this is a design that people need to hear about. So go and have a look at it. I think it's a really great piece to make kind of for the autumn, winter. I wear mine an awful lot in the winter. In, what did I make mine in? Filcolana Peruvian Highland Wool, and I think I held it with a strand of mohair in like this, I've shown you already, this forest greeny colour. And the other things I've got to show you, it's not an acquisition as such. Well, it is an acquisition, but it's not as such. So Christmas just gone, I bought my mum some fleece, no, roving, no, fibre from Wingham Woolworks that was curated by the lovely Marina Skewer, and it's her skewer blend that I bought for my mum. And I bought her a little bit extra. I was like, I bought her about 500 grams. So I was like, when you're spinning this, could you spin me some as well? She's like, yeah, of course. So guess what she gave me the other day? I have this beautiful handspun wool, spun by my mum in fibre from, or chosen, fibre curated, that's a good word, isn't it, by Marina Skewer. So if you ever buy fibre from Marina, she dyes this fibre. She's also got a couple of other fibres that she dyes as well. But this is kind of her, I think this was her first collaboration with Wingham, and it's just so lovely. I'll put the details in the description box because I cannot remember what sheep breeds are in here. My mum probably can. But it's just got such a beautiful depth of colour. It's probably spin at about a sports weight, I reckon. It's not quite DK. I mean, it could be DK. It's hand spun, so you know it's going to vary a little bit. Not sure what I'm going to make with it yet. Though, another pair of the lightest of feather mitts could work really well. It's not like soft, but it's super warm, and I love it. So Maria, fantastic fibres in there, and my mum, thank you so much for spinning this for me. It's beautiful. The other thing I was going to talk about actually, I mentioned it in the last episode, is that I wanted to crochet myself a cotton top as well, and I bought some of this Drops Saffron cotton yarn, which is a 4-ply cotton. Let's see if I can give you the details. There you go. And I was originally going to wing crocheting a top. I had this idea of doing like a panel and kind of stitching them together, but I'm not a crochet garment maker. I can crochet things, as you've seen, little animals. Amigurumi, no problem. But when it comes to actually crocheting from a chart or kind of working out my gauge and everything, not so good. So I went on a bit of a search for a pattern, and I found on Drops website the Red River Cave crochet top, which is this one. There you go. And it's a free pattern, so I can show you all of this, but the charts are a little bit daunting. Let me show you this. Like, what even is that? Like, I think I'm going to have to write this down line by line to try and work out what to do, but I want to give it a go. However, I'm wondering whether we've had all the hot weather we're going to have now, and whether a crochet cotton garment is worth doing anymore. I don't know. So that's what I bought that for anyway, to make a crochet top. We'll see how it goes. I think that's about it. I'm sorry for the absolute chaos and rambling that has been today. I've not cast on my June socks yet because, well, I have cast on a pair of socks for June, but they're a secret test for Lima magazine, so I can't show you them until February. I do have some yarn to make socks in for June, but my June socks are yeah, probably going to happen in July now. I think I showed it to you. It's an Emma's yarn that is mostly white with rainbow in it. It's literally over there, but I'm not going to move again because I've already gone on and off camera a couple of times, and just chaotic. I'll put a picture of it in here. Yeah. It's been chaotic. I'm so sorry. It's been so chaotic this time. What have I got coming up? I don't really have all that many things planned. Obviously, I want to finish this lot. We've got the summer holidays coming up, and I kind of go with the flow with knitting in the summer holidays. Things just a little bit up in the air. I'm not going to have access to a car in the summer holidays during the week, which is going to be interesting, but we do have a family and friends rail card, so we're probably going to try and use the trains a bit more in the summer if we can. So train knitting and small projects is going to be great. We're going away to Norway in the school holidays as well, so hopefully buy some yarn when I'm in Norway. There's at least 4 yarn shops I think that are on the agenda, and might be a 5th. My poor bank balance. No, it's fine. I've got projects planned that I want to buy for when I'm there. There's a shawl I want to buy some Raumer Final for. I'll put the picture of the shawl in here. It's I'm intrigued by the technique more than anything in making it. It's steeked, and I've never steeked anything before, and Raumer Final is quite a sticky yarn. So hopefully steeking that will be fine. I want to get the yarn to make another one of these. There's a Knitting for Olive colour that's come out, I think it's called Sage or Eucalyptus, that I really like, and I want to see it in person before I buy it. And around where I live, the yarn shops aren't great. Like, we have one and it's not my kind of yarn. And so I want to be able to see it in person, and it's about the same price buying in Norway as here because it's Danish yarn. And then I would probably want to pick up some Hillesvalg yarn as well. I have 2 skeins I bought last time I went to Norway, but I didn't buy enough of it to go with anything really. So yeah, that's what's going on. And then hopefully I'm going to the Summer Yarn Festival at Amped Hill at the end of July as well. Plans are kind of in place, but we'll see. I hope I can get there, and if I do, I'll film a little bit. As in Norway, I'll film the yarn shops and a little bit of footage as well, and I'll probably make a little separate video of that at some point. I might try and get on here and do another podcast. Strange noise outside. Another podcast before we go away, but I think it's going to be pretty frantic. As you can see, I've been pretty frantic. So I think that's kind of what's coming up really. What I might do at the end of this is show you a little garden tour, because a couple of people have asked, oh, you know, I'd like to see your garden. I'll just show you the veggie patch really. It's not all that exciting. It's a veggie patch, we're growing veggies. But yeah, I'll include some footage of that at the end. Anyway, I hope that you are all well, that you've had a good first half of the year, because gosh, we're nearly at July. Just wanted to say thank you for being here if you've made it this far through my franticness, whether you're new here, honestly I promise it's not normally this frantic, or if you've been, I want to say a long time watcher, but this is only episode 5 I think, so not that long time watching, you know, I've been here for 4 or 5 months now maybe, but thank you for sticking with the frantic this time. It's just, yeah, life has been chaotic and it's kind of creating chaos within me. I've been very, what's the word, on and off with my knitting, so hopefully things will kind of calm down soon, and I want to get stuck into some new projects at some point. Yeah, so thank you for being here, and yes, I'll give you a little garden tour. Take care. Bye. Right, a little garden tour as promised. It's not the greatest garden in the world, but you know. This is some rocket which has gone into flower. Ooh, it's just gone bright. This is squash, sun gold tomatoes which I took cuttings from, a cucumber, another sun gold tomato, and another squash. This is kind of a little setup we've got by the back door. I'm just kind of experimenting really with how things grow and where this year. And very excitingly, just here, this is my blueberry. Don't know if that's going to focus on there, but we do have some blueberries on our blueberry bush that lives by, there we go, by the back door. Then if I turn you round here, this is a very dilapidated herb selection. We have sage. I'm sorry it's so windy. What is that? That is, why can't I remember the British name for it? It's cilantro, isn't it? What do we call it in the UK? Coriander. There we go. Some lemon basil, and that again was rocket that's gone over. A cucumber that needs, let me do that, planting out. It's got a flower on it. Some berries. This is a red currant. I say berries, I mean currants. Red currant, black currant, white currant, and this is a monkey puzzle tree which was grown from seed by my mother-in-law. The seeds came from their monkey puzzle tree in their old garden, and now we have one, but it's going to stay in this pot so it doesn't get huge. But as you can see, I need to do a lot of weeding. Don't even ask what that is. We harvested some very, very tiny garlics which are drying in the sun, and then this, whoop, there we go, my cucumber melons. They're on their way to kind of vining up there. The rest of this is a bit of a mess, so I will walk you up the garden. I'm wearing my son's Crocs because we are now at the point where we can share shoes. This, my strawberry beds, we netted them, but the birds still seem to have to get underneath. Oh, in fact, look, there's some strawberries just down there. I'll harvest them in a bit. This is a random currant, I don't think it's an edible currant. More strawberries here, and then just around here, my designing namesake plant. Oh, hello, Mr. Bumblebee. This is Buddleia. If you know, I design under the name House of Buddleia, and this is why. As we have, I keep to need focusing this. We have a lot of Buddleia in our garden, and all the bees. Oh, there he goes, Mr. Bee. They love it. Oh, here's another one. Sorry, I'm just going to get distracted by the bees now. How lovely. Right, let me take you down the garden to the veggie patch. Anyway, oh, one more thing. We have a random calendula, and these always remind me of my lovely friend Sandra, because I tested a pattern called the calendula. It's a cardigan by Hare. Right, let me take you down to the veggie patch. Laziness not putting the hosepipe away. La 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 la, but it's a long garden. Right, where shall we start? Let's start at the greenhouse and work backwards. So here we have more squashes and courgettes. I've forgotten which is which, but I'm assuming it's courgette, squash, courgette by the leaf shapes. I love courgette flowers, they're so beautiful. There we go, little courgette. think these ones are growing are called Black Beauty. They're a kind of standard courgette, but grow well in our garden. And in here we have my greenhouse with more, I was about to say cucumbers, there are cucumbers in here, but this is tomatoes. But we've got lots and lots of flowers on these ones. I have to say I did buy my tomato plants from the garden centre this year. I didn't grow them from seed, but we have a sun gold. What's this one? This one is a Gardener's Delight. This one down here is a black opal, and then another sun gold. But look, we do have the start of little tomatoes here as well. We've got some more cucumbers, then some lettuces. I've never had success with lettuces before, but we have some lettuces there that I planted from seed, and these ones were gifted to me by Laura. So look, Laura, I didn't kill them and the slugs haven't eaten them either. Let's whiz round. Dead rhubarb. This was the garlic, that's where I started digging up the garlic from. I'm going to put this to carrots once I've dug all this up. Then we have runner beans. Are these runner beans? Yes, these are runner beans. I love runner bean flowers. Growing along my very shoddy structure I made. There should be carrots growing in there, but I think the pigeons may have eaten them all, which is why I'm going to grow some there and cover them with a like a polytunnel meshy thing. And then my peas, they're finally growing. It was a bit disastrous to begin with, but they're growing. We have a lot of weeds. I need to do an awful lot of weeding. And then we have my surplus cucamelons are growing up here as well, because I had nowhere else to put them. Then these exciting things here, I'm sorry if you can't really hear me, it's quite windy today. These are sweet potatoes. I have 4 different sweet potato plants which are growing. Need to do an awful lot of weeding. Basically we had a lot of rain and then a lot of sun, so couldn't get out because it was raining, and then couldn't get out because it was too hot. Sweet corns! I've grown a lot of sweet corns this year, and you can see it's windy. Or it's been windy because they're all leaning. Let me show you. They're all leaning that way. Then in here we have beetroot, which I sowed about 2 weeks ago, I think. You just see them there. Oh, sorry about that. Beetroot. But also we have carrots and beetroot in here. We did have spring onions before I covered it up, but as you can see, there's only a few remaining because the pigeons ate them all. So that's now covered up with some more spring onions sowed. So yeah, carrots, beetroot, carrots, beetroot, carrot, and then here we also have beetroot, which are doing really well because I covered them up quite early. Oh, I need to tie that tomato plant up. It kind of looks like a leafy sea dragon at the moment. More tomatoes, more squashes, or courgettes, I've forgotten which is which. Spin around, and then here we have lots of squashes, courgettes and pumpkins. We have a courgette in there, which is very exciting. That one is a squash. That one is a squash. I think this one is a blue pumpkin that Laura gave to me, and that's a normal pumpkin that Laura gave to me. And if you look, oh no, it's been eaten. We did have a pumpkin baby just there, but something has decided to nibble it. It's really annoying. And then I have interspersed tomatoes in here as well. Then we have potatoes, and if you didn't know, potatoes flower, and they do the beautiful purple and yellow flowers. They're very delicate and beautiful. So that's all potatoes here. More beans here. And these beans have got purple flowers on them. These are green beans. Can I focus on that? A lot of focusing here. That's a very sad looking cucumber, which the one that I showed you down the garden, back by the house, I think that spare one's going to go in here. Oh, look at baby bean! Can you focus? Yeah, look at baby bean! And then this lot is raspberries, and we've been getting so many raspberries this year. I'm coming out and literally harvesting twice a day at the moment with the raspberries. I've not actually been out today because I was filming the podcast earlier, but so many raspberries all along here. Then oh, those ones are huge. These are gooseberries. I harvested all the gooseberries yesterday. This one has produced this year. These two haven't. Oh, they need watering. Some very sad looking strawberries. This apple tree, my friend bought it for me, and we have a lot of apples on it. I think I need to take some of those apples off maybe. There's possibly too many for the size of the tree. Brambles which come through the back. I always insist that we keep some of the brambles so that we can have them ourselves. And then most excitingly this year we have plums growing on our plum tree. Usually the pigeons eat all the blossom, we don't get any, but there was so much blossom on it this year that we actually have plums. So yeah, that is the veggie patch. It's not that exciting, but it's our little veggie patch, and yeah, it's ours. I will probably do another video of this in the coming months to keep you posted, but yeah, there you go. Anna's veggie patch.